My UNC brothers and sisters, are we ready to return Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar as our Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago? Oh my gosh, look at people! Pointe-à-Pierre, Tabaquite, a pleasant good night, brothers and sisters. Member of Parliament for Pointe-à-Pierre and Chief Whip in the Parliament, our Deputy Political Leader, Dr. David Lee. Make some noise for your MP. My beautiful sister, colleague, Member of Parliament for Tabaquite, effervescent, hard-working MP Anita Haynes. And when this gentleman roar, the PNM cower and hide beneath them desk in Parliament, let us welcome the Member of Parliament for Orapuch East, Dr. Rudal Munilal. I want to acknowledge in the audience our Deputy Political Leader. This person is like an Energizer bunny. She never stops working. Let us welcome Sister Jerlene John. And all other colleagues who have spoken tonight, councillors, aldermen, brothers and sisters. I make reference also to our election mobilization machinery and our election day machinery here in the UNC, because it is you all, our area managers, our PD leaders, our street captain, mock station agent, polling agent, drivers. Give yourselves a round of applause tonight, brothers and sisters. Tonight as I look on and I see you in your numbers, I say the UNC is in a good position. And we are all mobilized, united as ever, stronger than ever, ready to return good governance to Trinidad and Tobago, and ready to return our political leader, Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar, as our Prime Minister. You know, brothers and sisters, on my way to this meeting tonight, instead of coming down the Bonaventure main road, the main road in Gasparillo, because there was significant traffic on that main road due to the caving away of that road along the Bonaventure, around the Gasparillo. An MP for Tabaquite made reference. She did a press release recently highlighting by that Gasparillo River there how half of the road has caved away and has sunken. So I decided to pass through Lightbourne, through Forest Park, come round this side here and come into Macaulay. And oh my gosh, brothers and sisters, when we look at the roads that we are experiencing in this country, the roads that we have to traverse, like the Hermitage Road and the Southern Main Road, the Cedar Hill Road here in the constituency of Pointe-à-Pierre, brothers and sisters, this country is experiencing some of the worst roads that we have seen under this uncaring and incompetent PNM administration, with the Ministry of Works and Transport. We wonder if we have a minister in that ministry, because Rohan Sinanan seems to be asleep. Thank you, Meru. He seems to be sleeping in office, brothers and sisters. Tonight I want to share with you some very important information, because when the councillors cannot get money and resources and material to assist their burgesses, they go to the Ministry of Works for help and for assistance, because all the main roads in this country fall under the purview of the Ministry of Works and Transport. We know local government seeing pressure under this PNM, and what we see happening under this Ministry of Works and Transport, brothers and sisters, is gross incompetence, wastage, and mismanagement. I want to share with you tonight, brothers and sisters, the amount of money that has been spent by this government. Even though they complain to us that they don't have money, things hard, tighten your belt, we can't see about that bad road because we don't have money. Brothers and sisters, in 2015, they spent, and this is the actual spending under the Ministry of Works and Transport, over $3 billion. In 2016, they spent over $2.5 billion. In 2017, they spent over $2.57 billion. In 2018, brothers and sisters, they spent at the Ministry of Works and Transport over $2.6 billion. In 2019, they spent in this country with the worst roads that we are experiencing over $2.89 billion. And in 2020, brothers and sisters, they spent over $3.19 billion. When we add the estimate, the revised estimate for 2021, they spent over $3 billion for that year. And for this year, they have a fiscal allocation of $2.9 billion, which we are closely reaching the end of the financial year. Brothers and sisters, since this PNM government came into office, under the Ministry of Works and Transport alone, they have spent over $22.8 billion, and this is the kind of road that our citizens have to endure. This is the kind of road that our taxi drivers and our motorists have to traverse on a daily basis. Is that fear, my brothers and sisters? No. I can't hear you. Is that fear, my brothers and sisters? And this is why I say tonight, brothers and sisters, and I call upon Minister Rohan Sinanan to wake up from that slumber and get to work. Stop utilizing these funds to benefit your friends, your financiers, and your families. And utilize these funds so that every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago can be well represented by our government, brothers and sisters. Over $22.8 billion, and we have the worst roads. This is why I say to Rohan, if you cannot do the job, tender your resignation like what Amor is going to do soon and get out of office, because you are a complete failure and waste of time. Rohan Sinanan must go. Brothers and sisters, I want to utilize this opportunity also to touch on what has been happening in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. Similarly, from 2015 to 2022, brothers and sisters, at the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, what we have seen again under the 4 ministers, it has been 4 ministers, they have 3 at present, and 1 fella throwing the towel because of some kind of land grabbing issue that apparently is getting the attention of the TTPS. But Sister Jayanti Lakshmidyal will tell you a little more about that, because they could try however hard they want. They cannot silence Jayanti. They cannot silence our United National Congress. They cannot silence this opposition led by the best leader of this country, Mrs. Kamla Prasad-Bisesta. Brothers and sisters, since they came into office under the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, they have already spent over $6 billion in office. $6 billion, brothers and sisters, and our farmers continue to complain. With one shower, they're getting flooded out. Some persons have been flooded out from since that Diwali flood a few years ago, when we had a major flood in this country. Up to now, has not received 1 cent compensation for their losses. Our fisher folk last year in the budget, when we were going through the previous financial term, it was revealed that not 1 cent was given out to the fisher folk for their fuel rebate. For those of you all who have been looking at the Standing Finance Committee, I question the minister under the incentive program, which is to provide fuel rebate for our fisher folk. Not one of our fishermen, and they continue to face the risk out at sea of piracy and larceny and arsonery of their boats being burnt. They're being brutalized and murdered out at sea. And what it is this Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries doing for our fisher folks, brothers and sisters? Absolutely nothing. And if we look at every single ministry under this Rowley-led incompetent administration, we will see failures after failures, mishap after mishap. and Brother Rishi Balram Singh tell you left foot, right foot, well, it's misstep after misstep, and they're tumbling over and falling down, like that fellow who going to open the fire station in Pinal. Cat spraggle and fall on the face. That is what is happening to this PNM administration. They cat spraggling every step they make. And brothers and sisters, I say tonight, enough is enough. Are we fed up and frustrated of this PNM Rowley-led administration? And this is why Rowley and his bands of misfit and his incompetent regime have to go, brothers and sisters. I want to say to you tonight that since I became the party organizer of this UNC, since 2015 to now, I have been so happy to have the opportunity to work with the leadership of Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bicester. Your member of parliament was our chairman. He's now a deputy political leader, Dr. David Lee, Sister Jerlene John, our Gensec, Peter Kanhai, and Chairman Tanku, and the colleagues at the national executive of this party. And I want to say to you that this UNC administration, this UNC opposition you have, brothers and sisters, we have been taught by our leader to stay in your section. Stay in your lane. Remain focused on the eye of the bird. And I want to tell you tonight, brothers and sisters, since we have been doing that, you can see for yourselves when it comes to matters like education. It was revealed in the parliament that over 46,000 children in this country was deprived of online education because they did not have electronic devices, because of the persistence, determination, hard work of your member of parliament for Tabakid, Sister Anita Haynes. Let us make some noise for her. When we look at what is happening in the energy sector, we see our energy sector totally collapsing. But not just mismanagement, but the vindictiveness and the uncaring manner in which they execute that. And Dr. David Lee will tell you that he stood with Angie Benjamin and those divers. May God bless their soul. May they rest in peace. But that is how wicked this PNM government is. But what I'm saying to you tonight, brothers and sisters, is your opposition members have been staying in their lane, have been guided by our political leader, and has been very focused. And so as your member of parliament continues to do what we all have to do inside the parliament, so too our UNC mobilization machinery has also been staying in their lane, stay in their section. It is not for public knowledge for us to run outside and say the work that Kern has been doing when he brought home that seat to the UNC, or Rishi, or our brother Buddy and others. Brothers and sisters in the San Fernando City Council, we have Marcus and the rest have been working the ground in a very disciplined and militant manner. And this is why I can comfortably say to you that as soon as that local government election is called, San Fernando City Corporation is going to be brought home to the United National Congress. We have my brother Neil Gosain, who is going up for the position of treasurer, along with Senator Anil Roberts and the team up in St. Joseph with Amit Suknanan. They have been on the ground, brothers and sisters, boots on the ground, disciplined, focused on the eye of the bird, doing what is required. So when some persons want to talk foolishness, that this UNC government does not appear to be a government in waiting, I tell them, eat your side breast chicken, KFC fried chicken, or Royal Castle fried chicken, or whichever one of fried chicken you want to eat. Eat your fried chicken and relax yourself and come down from there, because this UNC government is very hardworking, out on the ground, doing what it is they have to do to return good governance to this country and to return our leader, Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bicester, as Prime Minister. Brothers and sisters, this opposition continue to work on a daily basis. On Sunday morning, we have our Sunday morning press briefing coming out from the office of the leader of the opposition. We have our Monday night virtual report. We have Tuesday, our senators, Wade Mark and others continue to fight in the Senate, brothers and sisters. On Wednesday, we have our Douglas report with Senator Anil Roberts, and on Thursday, we have Victor Roberts kicking it off as we go straight into the TT Speaks program. On Friday, brothers and sisters, all your members of parliament continues to battle in the parliament. And on Saturday, all of you, our soldiers, continue to hold your demonstration and represent the issues affecting your constituency as you continue to heed that call of our political leader when she has called you out to commence the people's revolution. So this party is on the ground, working every single day, hard as ever. So I say to you, my brothers and sisters, just as the day follows the night, the sun shall rise again. And with your commitment, hard work and dedication, when you come out in your numbers on the 26th of June and place your X next to that star symbol, you will return a working NATX, and we will be ready to return Mrs. Kamla Prasad-Bisesa as our next Prime Minister. I am Ravi Ratiram, your candidate for party organizer, and I support Mrs. Kamla Prasad-Bisesa as leader. I thank you.
Internal elections is meeting with starting
UNC,
John,
Lee,
Munilal,
Tanku,
Amin,
Sobers, Mohit,
Hussein,
Sylvester,
Gosai,
Ratiram,
Morris,
Butram,
Badam,
Zaku,
Roberts.
Obika,
17 candidates.
one leader.
Under my leadership, the UNC will never ever abandon you.
Live stream on all platforms June 26. The United National Congress. One team.
One leader.